of the worst.
Object strenuously. I strenuously object. Sounds like it hurts.
You're, of course, not responsible for the words of somebody writing that document. But I do think that laughing at it is a real...
Okay, I just instantly just need to point out the fact that this was a hearing on the rise of white supremacy, and I am the only black person that was invited to speak on this. This is incredible. The Democrats just don't even... It's like they're like, black people are suffering, so we're going to call in a bunch of white experts to talk about how black people are suffering. And then all three of them proceed to lecture me on my own suffering, but telling me that they're like, I have a PhD in white supremacy and I know that you are suffering and you're not understanding. Well, I'm a doctor in white supremacy and you are not understanding the diagnosis that you are suffering as a black person. I mean, it's like the person that never stops going to college, that person, like they really think that you can just learn something in college and that's it. So like they've learned what it means to be black and they just need to help this poor black person sitting next to them understand what she's living through, as opposed to maybe asking me.
Okay, and Mr. Clay, so we have two members who have not, so I'm going to go to the two members who have not yet.
I'd also like to point out again, talking about their tricks in Congress, this is the end of the hearing, so every single congressman got to speak, and this is how they run their game. So Jamie Raskin, who was chairing this committee, was like, great, goody, all the Republicans have gone, and now it's just me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this hearing by allowing all of these white people to turn and yell at Candace, and then I'm going to say, hearing concluded. So this is once again setting me up to essentially not be able to respond, which is just so vicious, it infuriates me. So there were no Republicans in the room before a literal Hail Mary happened in the form of Mark Meadows.
Seconds to respond, however.
Yield for a second?
I'll yield.
Thank you. I believe, Ms. Owens, when you used the word hilarious, it was referencing the fact that no one had asked you a question. It wasn't to the subject matter of the hearing. Is that right?
That is correct.
And to have another witness insinuate something that is not accurate is just not appropriate, Mr. Chairman, for how witnesses are supposed to behave in front of this committee. I also think you didn't say it doesn't matter about the subject matter of today's hearing. You said there are other subjects that matter as well, and maybe we should spend...
So Mark Meadows had walked in, and he was like shocked at what he was seeing, and he was like, take all my time.
And I've said that. I said that in my opening, and I will say it again. You know that white supremacy and white nationalism is ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to make the election all about race, as the Democrats
Not in my case, Ms. Owens. I'm sorry. Please do not characterize my motive.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time.
Yeah,
it's my time.
You've got your time, Mr. Meadows. I'll give you 3 more seconds.
Every 4 years, you bring up race, and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do live what the media does all the time to Republicans, to our president, and to conservatives, which you tried to manipulate what I said to fit your narrative, okay? I was not referring to the subject matter that is hilarious. I said it's hilarious that we are sitting in this room today, and I've got 2 doctors and a missus, and nobody can give us real numbers that we can respond to so we can assess how big of a threat this is. Because you know that it is not as big of a threat as you are trying to make it out to be so that you can manipulate.
Yeah, I crushed that. I was so mad. I was just like, it's just the idea of lecturing someone on how to be black. I don't understand. Like, how could you just be so removed from reality that you think having a PhD in white supremacy allows you to lecture someone on what they're going through? It's totally bonkers, but it happened. And that was the last time Dr. Kathy Ballou probably lectured a black person on being black in America ever again. Such a meaningless degree, by the way. How do you get a degree in white supremacy? It doesn't make sense. Like, just none of it makes any sense. She's got a PhD in white supremacy. What does that even mean?
Done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
Actually, the best part about this entire clip is the face that Jim Jordan makes afterwards when he realizes that it was a Hail Mary. And after I finish speaking, he just like does this like warm, fuzzy Christmas smile. That's so good. He's just like, ha ha ha, Jamie Raskin. It was a good day. It was a bad moment. Like I wanted to actually strangle someone, but it was a good day because I think it really exposed them for, what they are.